Yo, what is up guys? AD here, back with another Destiny Child video here on the channel. And before we do dive into today's video, make sure to scroll down below and leave a like on this video, as well as make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are interested in more content such as this video here today. But with that out of the way, let's get started here, as we are going to be overviewing the newest 5-star dark type defender in Seth, and whether or not you should be investing into this character. So there he is on screen in his Ragna Burst costume, and we'll be diving into the archive to check out his skill set, as well as I'll be telling you all on whether or not you should be investing into this new free-to-play boss character that you could have obtained from the current Ragna Break event. Now we do have under 3 days remaining, so if you haven't played so far, then definitely get on the event, as you will want to pick up a copy of him for the collection. But there he is nonetheless on screen, the newest 5-star defender, Punishing Seth. And let's dive into the skill set here, and I'll be breaking them all down here for you all. So we do have the tap skill here, Holy Darkness, deal 326 damage to one enemy, priority cooldown, skill gauge charge speed minus 20% for 10 seconds long. Now for the tap skill here, it's pretty niche. I wouldn't say it's too good, but he does reduce skill gauge charge speed by 20% for 10 seconds, which is alright, I suppose. For a tap skill, 10 seconds duration is pretty long considering it is a tap skill. And moving on here to the slide skill, a warning for a demon, deal 632 damage to one enemy, grants taunt, 90% chance to activate, and a dark shield, defense plus 45%, and attacker's skill cooldown plus 1 seconds for 12 seconds when attacked, to self for 12 seconds. In PvP, grants fortitude, removed after 20 seconds or upon taking 4 attacks, to self. So a decent slide skill here, I would say. He does have taunts here on the slide, as well as his dark shield, which does increase his defense by 45%, and the attacker's skill cooldown plus 1 seconds for 12 seconds when he is attacked, to himself for 12 seconds, as well as he does have fortitude here. So upon taking 4 attacks or having it last for 20 seconds, it is then removed. Now the unique portion of his kit would of course be the dark shield here, in which it does increase his defense and increases the attacker's skill cooldown by 1 second here when he is attacked. So overall, a pretty nice slide skill here if you are lacking a taunt tank and really want a unit that can absorb some damage. But if you do happen to have a better tank compared to Seth, they probably outclass him entirely, as we do have the current meta of the fire teams still floating around, and we'll have better tanks arriving soon, and we still do have Clotho in the PvP as well. Now moving on to the drive skill here, Prayer of High Glory, deal 1590 damage to 2 enemies, priority cooldown, a 90.1% chance to inflict time alteration, remove all time-based debuffs from the target, and reduce skill gauge charge speed by 40% for 16 seconds if the target is in cooldown. In PvP, grants fortitude, removed after 20 seconds or upon taking 4 attacks, to 5 dark type allies. So the drive skill here, pretty good here. He does have time alteration, which is a big buff here on the drive skill, as he does have a 90.1% chance to inflict time alteration, which of course removes all time-based buffs from the targets and reduces their skill gauge charge speed, which is amazing in PvP. And of course, you can't forget about the fortitude here, which he does apply to 5 dark type allies. So if you do happen to run a ton of dark type allies, Seth may be in your options, as he does support them quite a bit and can manage to tank up a ton of damage here within his slide skill. And moving on to the leader buff, defense plus 15% for all allies. In PvP, skill cooldown plus 2 seconds for enemy attackers. Now, unfortunately, with the current meta in the PvP, you won't be taking advantage of the leader skill, as of course most players are running Nautilus. So unfortunately, the leader buff is pretty useless. But overall here, I would say Seth is a pretty decent dark type defender. He isn't too much of a priority. I would honestly rank him maybe a 7 to an 8 for PvP, such as in the Devil Rumble. Now for Endless Duel, he may be more of a priority, as of course you do have the option to run 15 units in the Endless Duel, so a tank unit like Seth could be taken advantage of in the Endless Duel if you are running a row of dark type units, and he could manage to slow down the enemy attackers a ton, which may result in a win. So I could honestly expect to see him in the Endless Duel, maybe floating around on a few teams, but I wouldn't say Seth overall is too much of a priority and wouldn't recommend for most players to invest into this unit, as there are better options. And of course, like I mentioned already, there will be better tanks arriving to the global version soon as well. Now before we do wrap up this overview of Seth's kits, let's check out the differences here in the ignited skill set here from the base skill set. So on the base tap here, we do have minus 20% here on the tap skill, and upon being ignited here, he does target 2 enemies, as well as reduces the skill gauge charge speed by minus 25%. And moving on to the slide skill here, of course, this does scale to the 14-second duration here for the Dark Shield. And of course, the Fortitude here does last for 5 attacks here to self. So very nice here. It does scale a decent amount here on the slide skill. And moving on to the drive skill here, the drive skill does increase, of course, based on the damage here, and the Fortitude does scale to 5 attacks as well, which is very nice for the drive skill here when you are running those dark type allies surrounded by Seth. So that'll pretty much do it for the overview of Punishing Seth's kit. Now overall, I would say to avoid investing into this unit, as he doesn't seem to be too much of a priority in the Devil Rumble as well as the Endless Duel. He may float around a little bit in the Endless Duel, as he does have a nice exclusive skill to himself in the Dark Shield here on the slide skill, but you'll definitely have to surround him around the other dark type allies so you could take full advantage of his drive skill. So overall, I would say a niche dark type defender, and wouldn't recommend most players to invest into this unit. You'll definitely want to invest into a different defender if you are looking for one for the Devil Rumble as well as the Endless Duel. So for Seth here, I would avoid investing into this character and just keep him around for the collection purposes if you would like to do so. But anyways, everyone, that'll pretty much do it for today's Destiny Child video, and of course the overview here on whether or not you should summon or invest into the newest 5-star dark type defender in Seth. So make sure to let me know in the comment section below what you guys did think of this video, and hopefully it was helpful out to you all. But before you go, everyone, make sure to leave a like on this video if you guys haven't yet done so already, as well as make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys are interested in more Destiny Child content such as this video here today. And make sure to check out the social media links in the description box below to my Twitch channel, and where we do live stream Destiny Child as well as other games. And of course, check out my Twitter accounts in the links below as well. But with all of that being said, I'll see you all in the next Destiny Child video. As always, thank you all so much for watching.